What's up? What is going on, you guys? It's been a minute, but I'm back. Let's chat just really quick. And thanks for stopping in to listen to Blonde Ambitions podcast. I am your host, Diana King. Let's go. So I'm on like day 5 or 6 of having the flu. I've been on medication the whole time, so I'm feeling a lot better. I got, what's that one called? Oh my gosh. It's like Tamiflu. So it kind of just like shortens the time that you have the flu, but I'm not contagious anymore. I'm getting better, but my voice might sound weird, so I apologize. Last time I did a solo episode, I talked a lot about mindset. But today I wanted to talk more about like manifestation and kind of some inspirational things that I've picked up over the years that I would really like to share with you. I took a class, an acting class, 2 years ago with a casting director. Her name is Ricky Masler. She is really inspirational, and during the class, she really hit a light bulb went off for me in her class. I had a breakthrough. She asked us, what are the two most important words? And I don't remember if she said it in life or in what realm she was speaking in, but I just remember her saying, what are the two most important words? And none of us could really, point out exactly what she meant. And so she chimed in and said, it's I am. And I was like, damn, that's pretty deep. I am. I am worthy. I am loved. I am resilient. I am this. It's always an affirmation for yourself. I am this. And they have really good affirmations like this that you can listen to on YouTube, or if you have the Calm app. It's really helpful to put those in your mind, even if it's subconsciously, because it multiplies. It's something in that affirmation that multiplies within us. And I'm a really big believer in manifestation, and I believe that if we manifest the I am into us constantly, or we think about what we want our life to look like in 5 years, manifest that. Focus on the positive of that. It will multiply. If you focus on the negative, we're going to constantly be climbing out of a negative hole, right? And trust me, I've been there recently. I mean, there's a lot of situations and times in life where I chose negativity instead of positivity. And I regret that because I didn't know at the time. And you kind of only know what you know, and you've only learned what you've learned. And I think it's hard for people to, I don't know, as you get older, you kind of unlock new like levels in your brain. I think my husband is the one that said that. Um, and you start to see things differently, or a situation that you were in, you're like, you mature from it, and you're like, you know what? I was wrong, or whatever. You kind of have these aha moments, right? So when we focus on the positive things in life, and I know we've all heard this a million times, but it really does multiply. And that does go really hand in hand with manifestation, because if you think it, and it being whatever it is that you are going for, anything in life, whatever you want to manifest, you think it, you visualize it, you see it, and then you go get it. Because if God puts these things and ideas and our dreams and, these things in our hearts, our passions, if that's in there and it's in there and it's literally crawling out of you because you're so passionate about it, whatever it may be, that's God putting it there for a reason. And don't sleep on that. Go get it. Go listen to your heart and listen to what God has given you, basically. And our competition isn't others. It's just not. We are our own competition. And we know this. We all know this. And it's just a hard thing to really apply in life, if you will. It's ourselves. It's our egos, our own egos. It's the unhealthy food that we eat. It's the alcohol that we drink, if you drink alcohol, the cigarettes that you smoke, if you smoke. It's not nurturing our craft, or it's not nurturing what you want in your life. You know you're good at something and you're not nurturing that. If you're good at making, I don't know, anything, if you're good at, like, I'm really bad at selling stuff. Like, I've had an Etsy shop for a while. I used to have one and then I shut it because, like, I literally made like 5 sales. And then I reopened up another Etsy shop called Level Up Graphic Design. And there's a bunch of listings on there that are downloadable, printable. There's fun games for kids, like for Christmas, Halloween, signs for your home that you can print and frame, blah, 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 right? Resumes, media kits that you can download and edit yourself to use. Anyway, I'm just not good at I'm good at making those things, but I guess I'm just not really good at selling it because I don't get sales. And that's okay, because then we can just try something else, right? I mean, it's just always just reinventing yourself. But my point is you have to nurture what you're good at. And part of that is finding out what you're good at. And maybe you know at a young age what you're really good at and you go and you pursue it and that's great. Maybe we don't find out until later in life and that's also great. I mean, there's so many people in the acting community that never did this ever, ever, ever in their life until COVID hit and they're like, life is short. We don't know what's coming next. I'm going to start taking acting classes. And it's just things like that. It's just nurturing the thing that you love, that you're passionate about. Anyways, our competition is also the advice that we neglect. Maybe we ask for advice from our friends, and has anyone ever heard of the term ask hole, like an asshole, but ask hole? There are people that ask for advice about relationships or whatever it is, and they take all the advice, but then they don't use that advice. They just continue to do what they're doing, and it's like insanity. I think it's funny because we all do it. I mean, we all ask for advice, but it's all about applying it, right? It's hard to apply. It's hard to do that, and I get it. It's hard to do that, and that's what we're competing against within ourselves. And listening to those negative thoughts, that's competition. Compete with all of those things within yourself. And that is what the competition is. And in turn, in kind of a weird twist of ways, once you compete with those things within yourself, you're also bettering yourself at the same time and you're becoming a better person. And that's what we all want, right? Is to be a good person, basically. And in altering your thinking, a good quote, I don't know who said this quote, but this is one of my favorite quotes ever. It's, don't focus on the whole staircase. Focus just on the step in front of you. And again, I don't know who said that quote, but it is a beautiful quote that stuck with me for a very long time. And it is so true because doing this eliminates the stress and anxiety with being overwhelmed. So, doing things during the day, it's if you wake up and think, oh my God, I have so much to do today. How the hell am I going to do this? Focus on step one, okay? Instead of the whole staircase, let's just focus on getting up that first step, okay? That first step is getting up and getting your kids ready for school or getting you ready for work. Get that done, right? It's just step by step. Then stress about the next thing. We can't stress about things that we can't change, like traffic, sitting in traffic. We can't change the fact that there was an accident, on the I-5 or whatever. We just can't change that. So instead of reeling in that stress and yelling and getting upset, instead just know it's going to work out. It's all going to work out in the end, right? So just focus on the step in front of you, not the whole staircase. I just love that. It's so true. You can apply it to anything that you're doing. It's literally going to eliminate all of that tension you have about waking up that day and being like, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. I have to do this, 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 and this today. And I just want to lay in bed and die. We can't do that. We have to just focus on one thing at a time. And that goes for big things. Take action in your life. So instead of thinking about these things like before, when I said, if there's something that you love and you have a passion or you're good at something, you think it, you see it, you go get it. It's kind of like when a director says action, and you kind of start a new scene, if you will, or you do that scene over. And we can totally apply this to our real lives as well. We can start a new scene, quote unquote, whenever we want, really. And the fun part is trying and like putting effort into something, and if you fail, oh well, at least you tried, right? It's better than being like, what if? Um and we all start somewhere, don't be afraid to fail at something. It's okay. Kind of like my Etsy shop. Don't be afraid to fail. It is totally fine because we can use the clapper and be like, scene, let's start over, back to one. You know what I mean? Um, when and here's an example. When someone asks me, "What do you do?" and I say, "I'm an actress. I'm a dancer, and I'm working on some songs as well." And they say, "Oh my God, what have you been in? Who have you worked with?" and like all these things. Well, it's hard to. It's kind of a hard answer because 100% of the time, what I do is not going to be like something they recognize. We're so used to seeing A-list actors and the same names over and over and over again, usually, that we don't realize that there's a whole community out there of actors. LA has this stigma, right? Oh, LA's full of just actor. Everyone wants to be an actor in LA. Yeah, that's pretty true. It's a very accurate statement. But that's just one market, right? But there is a stigma to LA because there are a lot of actors, but no one knows these actors because they're not on that A-list level, and there's only so many people that are on that level. But I assure you, there's a huge community of amazing actors with huge talent. We're out here creating our own content. We're busting our butts, working on our self tapes. We're in class weekly, sometimes daily on everything. We're listening to whatever our managers and agents are telling us. We're working our butts off, right? We're attending all these auditions. And so it's really hard for people to understand this craft slash life and the why behind it. It's kind of like, what will they think? I struggled with the what will they think for so long, and I wasted a lot and a lot. I'm talking like a shit ton of precious time deciding if I was going to go for this or not as an adult. I was so stuck on this fear of judgment from people. And mind you, they're not even actors. Why am I listening to people that aren't even actors? And while I had people in the industry telling me to go for it, my acting coaches, go for it. Put up an actor's access, get some headshots, go for it. Who cares how old you are? I had actors telling me that were older than me that were saying, you are in your prime and you are inspiring and like talented and interesting. And that was a huge compliment. Someone told me that I was interesting. And that really, really, really made me feel so good. And I love that because I want to inspire people. I've said this 1,000 times. But this is kind of my why. This is a passion of mine. I love acting. I love singing. I love dancing. I'm not claiming to be the best actor, dancer, or singer, but I do those things. I work at those things. I train at those things. And I'm consistent with those things. Everything is on the other side of consistency. We do say that everything is on the other side of fear, but it's also on the other side of consistency. That goes hand in hand with doing what you want, doing what you love, achieving things. Doesn't have to be your dream. I know I talk about achieving your dreams a lot, but it could be anything in life. I want to remind you. And this is a podcast for everybody. This isn't just for actors. I'm going to have a lot of actor content on here for people that are for people that are in the entertainment industry. And I kind of want this to be an inspirational podcast for everybody. You can apply these tips and tricks to anything in life. It doesn't have to be following your dreams. It can be, anything. We are going to Denver for Thanksgiving. We're leaving on Thursday. And I'm excited. So I wanted to have this little podcast that I can pop up while we're gone and see what your guys' thoughts are. And so I guess my ambitious goal for this week is to get everybody packed, get everybody situated. I have a self-tape that I need to do, so I want to get that done before we leave. And that's about it. It's pretty light this week since I've had the flu. I would love to do more, but we are leaving and we have 3 children that are flying, and we will see how this goes. So I'm going to end it right here, you guys. Think about what your ambitious goal is for this week and make sure that you think outside the box. Kind of give yourself, it is going to be Thanksgiving, but this is the last week before Thanksgiving for you guys to really try something new. Get yourself out there. Do the damn thing. Do something ambitious, guys. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Blonde Ambitions Podcast. You can follow me on Instagram at Diana King Official, Diana with 2 N's. You can find my podcast pretty much anywhere you listen to podcasts, but if there is a platform that you cannot find me on, please DM me to one of those Instagram accounts so I can fix that. Thank you so much for coming in, guys. I will be back next week with my manager, Heather Roy, with Nesian Management. Team Nesian, woo woo! The strike just ended, not yesterday, but the day before. So we will be talking all things the strike and what to do next, and so many great tips from her on how to move forward now that the strike is over, what your next steps should be, etc. We've got a great episode planned. We might even have a talent agent coming in to speak with us as well. That is tentative right now on his schedule. So I'm so excited for you guys to listen to this episode and the next one, because that one's brewing and I got the outline done, and I'm so excited to have Heather on here. You leave a conversation with her thinking like, wow, I feel so good about myself. Wow, I feel so good about my future. And I'm inspired, and she is so kind and just a beautiful person. So I cannot say enough amazing things about her. And Team Nesian, because our freaking team is killing it right now. But anyways, I'm going to save this all for next time. Thanks for tuning in. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me wherever you listen to this podcast. And please subscribe so you get notified when all of my new episodes drop. Have a great week, guys. Happy Thanksgiving, and chat at you later. Bye. What's up?